The heavens are no longer waiting. The time of covering is ending. Accountability is beginning. Act now. Judgment is near. This is not a message for everyone, but for those whose spirits are already trembling, whose hearts have felt the pressure of the unseen hand of heaven drawing closer. It is not for those who mock, nor for those who wander without care, but for those who have sensed the weight in the air, the stirring in the night, the shift of silence into sound. For in this season, before the turning of the moon and the passing of the next dawn, heaven has declared that the time of covering is ending and accountability is beginning. The heavens, once patient, are no longer waiting. The silence that once shielded you is now breaking, and the watchers who stood afar are now descending. What was once concealed in shadows is being dragged into the light. The hidden sins, the quiet compromises, the ignored convictions, they will no longer remain covered. For too long the world has mistaken delay for approval, silence for permission, grace for indifference. But the Eternal does not slumber, nor does he overlook. He was waiting, but he is waiting no longer. Judgment does not come to destroy the righteous, but to expose the false, to separate the pure from the polluted, the obedient from the rebellious. And now the hour is upon you, when the unseen order of heaven demands a response from the earth. The heavens are no longer passive. The scrolls that were sealed are being opened, and the hands of the angels are poised with ink and fire. They are recording not just the deeds of men, but the posture of their hearts. The watchers are not blind. They see not only what you do, but what you intend. And this is why your unease has increased, why your nights have grown restless, why your prayers feel heavy. It is not imagination. It is visitation. The stirring in your spirit is heaven's signal that the cover of silence has been lifted, and accountability now approaches with swift feet. Only those who remain still, obedient, and listening will understand what is coming. For the voice of heaven is not shouting in the streets, but whispering in the secret place. Those who rush, those who argue, those who fight against the timing of God will miss the direction, but those who wait will be hidden in his shadow. This is the threshold of separation. Those who trust and obey will rise under covering, while those who resist will be exposed before the eyes of all. The line has been drawn. The time is short, and the heavens are no longer waiting. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 2211 is now released over you. Hear me now, for the voice of the Eternal has broken the stillness of the skies. This is not a casual whisper, not a gentle suggestion, but a decree sent forth like thunder rolling across the heavens. In these days, yes, even within the next 3 nights, the wind itself will testify. You will feel it against your face, but it will not merely be air. It will be the breath of heaven pressing upon your soul. The Eternal is summoning his chosen, separating his marked ones, and aligning his armies. What was delayed can no longer be delayed. The heavens have shifted. The silence is torn. And so I call upon the God of Abraham, the Lord of hosts, the eternal King whose throne is unshaken, whose dominion stretches beyond time. I call upon the Spirit of the living God, who hovers still over chaos, who brings order from void, who seals the children of destiny with oil and fire. I summon the angelic hosts who stand on the edge of your life, even now, waiting for the word, waiting for your yes, waiting for your surrender. For this moment is not ordinary. This hour is not like any other. This is the hour where heaven intrudes upon earth. Beloved one, you must hear this clearly. Not all will hear this sound. Many will go about their days, blind to the signs, deaf to the cries, hardened to the warnings. But you are different. You are chosen. You are set apart. There has always been something in you that could not blend in, something in you that made the world uneasy. That is because you were marked by destiny long before you were born. Heaven does not waste words, and if this sound reaches you, it is because you were written in the scrolls of remembrance. The once closed scrolls are now being unsealed. Decrees long hidden in mystery are now unfolding before the eyes of the righteous. Angels who stood in stillness are now moving. The watchers who observed in silence are now descending with commands. The shift is not symbolic, it is real. Even as you listen now, something is moving in your atmosphere. The Eternal does not speak to entertain. He speaks to disrupt, to align, to awaken. That restlessness you feel, that fire in your chest, that sudden flood of tears, is the evidence that heaven has drawn near. Do not ignore this call, for the heavens are no longer waiting. The trumpet has sounded, though not all ears will perceive it. The veil between seen and unseen has thinned, and you are standing at the border of eternal consequence. Your name is being read. Your deeds are being weighed. Your heart is being examined. The angels stand ready to cover or to expose, to lift or to strike. The Eternal does not move in vain. His timings are deliberate. His actions are just. What you decide in these days will echo in eternity. So I invoke the fire of God over your life, the shield of Michael over your path, the whisper of the Spirit in your night hours. May your ears be opened, your eyes awakened, your spirit strengthened. For the next move will not come from man, but from heaven. And when it comes, may you be ready. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if this word touches your spirit. Blessing code 1122 is now surrounding you. They have been watching you. Not with the eyes of man, not with the gaze of neighbors, but with the eternal sight of the watchers appointed to record. Do not mistake their silence for absence. Every whisper you have spoken in fear, every prayer uttered in trembling, every tear you shed when no one saw, it has been recorded. And not only your cries, but the words spoken against you, the trap set for you, the betrayals planned in secret. Heaven has observed it all. The angels who walk in silence have carried the weight of your story into the court of the Most High, and now the time of unveiling has come. Some who smiled in your presence were not for you. Some who clapped their hands in your victories longed for your downfall. Some who broke bread at your table sharpened knives in your absence. You already felt it, did you not? That gnawing unease in your spirit when their laughter sounded false, when their words felt heavy with poison. That was not suspicion, it was discernment. Heaven was tugging at your soul, warning you that the shadows were shifting. The betrayals that have been hidden are about to be revealed. And though it will sting, though it may wound your flesh, it will free your spirit. For the time of false coverings has ended, and what is hidden cannot remain concealed. The watchers have been whispering. They have stood on the threshold of your dreams, leaving you restless at night, stirring your sleep with signs you cannot fully explain. You wonder why your spirit feels unrest, why your heart beats faster when you are alone. It is because the veil is lifting, and your inner man senses what your eyes cannot yet see. Heaven is preparing you to face exposure, not for your destruction, but for your protection. The ones who sought to entangle you will reveal themselves, not because you hunted them, but because heaven has decided it is time. Why do the shadows move? Why does the atmosphere feel tense? It is because accountability is near. The heavens are no longer waiting. The judge of all flesh has risen from his throne, and his scales are set upon the earth. Nothing escapes his sight. The whispers in the dark, the silent agreements, the handshakes in secret rooms, all of it has been written. The disruption you feel is not chaos. It is the storm before justice. And when justice comes, it will not only expose your enemies, it will elevate you. For the hands that tried to hold you down are about to be burned by the very fire they plotted for you. Do not let your heart fail. Yes, there will be disruption. Yes, there will be nights when the weight feels unbearable. But know this, the unease in your spirit is heaven's alarm, not hell's victory. It is the sign that the covering is lifting, that truth is near, that exposure will break chains you did not even know were binding you. Stand still, beloved, for you are not being shaken apart, you are being shaken free. Type "I am awake" in the comments if your spirit receives this. Blessing code 3344 is now over your household. Beloved, as this word pierces your spirit, I must speak plainly. This mission is not about one voice or one channel. It is about the salvation of souls, about breaking the chains of darkness over lives across the world. Every seed you sow into this ministry is a weapon against deception, a flame against despair, a light against the shadows. As the scripture says, he that soweth sparingly shall reap sparingly, and he that soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. And tonight, that verse lies over you. I say to you now, I invite you personally to join in this holy work. When you release a super thanks, a membership, or a gift through PayPal, yes, the link is in the description. You are not merely giving, you are unlocking a harvest for yourself and for countless others. I declare prophetically that those who give into this anointed soil will see testimonies arise like rivers breaking their banks. Step into obedience. Step into destiny. Release your seed and watch heaven multiplied back into your life. Hear me clearly. What surrounds you now is not chaos without purpose, nor storm without command. This shaking you feel, this turbulence that seems to rise from every corner, is not a mistake. It is the refining fire of the eternal, a holy furnace permitted to strip away the false coverings that no longer belong to you. The heavens are not punishing you, beloved. They are perfecting you. Every attack that pressed against you was permitted not to destroy, but to define, not to weaken, but to reveal the strength already hidden in you. Understand this. Your struggle is not random. The darts that came, the betrayals that struck, the sudden storms that shook your house, they were never about your weakness. They came because of your calling. The adversary does not attack the nameless. He targets the chosen. The schemes were not aimed at your past. They were aimed at your future. You were marked for elevation, and that mark drew the fire. Do not despise the fire, for though it burns with purpose. Heaven uses the very flames meant for your destruction as the forge for your promotion. Even now, your silence carries weight in the unseen. Every word you speak is being weighed, every gesture recorded, every decision observed by the courts of heaven. This is not the time to answer in anger, nor to defend yourself before men. For when you fight with flesh, you lower your weapon. But when you remain still, when you remain steadfast, when you remain quiet under the gaze of heaven, you wield a sword sharper than words. The Eternal has seen the plots, he has heard the whispers, and he says to you now, "Be still, and I will fight for you." The watchers of heaven do not measure the noise of your defense, but the posture of your faith. Will you trust the judge to plead your case, or will you run ahead of him with restless hands? Every response in this season is shaping your inheritance. Your posture will determine your portion. Do not be deceived into thinking the conflict is about what you see. It is not about the argument, nor about the betrayal, nor about the loss. It is about whether you will prove heaven right in its choice of you. Beloved, do not fear the conflict. It is the proving ground of the chosen. The refining has already begun, and though you may feel the weight of it, though you may cry in the midnight hour, know this: your tears are counted, your silence is heard, and your restraint is a testimony. For the Eternal is not blind to your pain, nor deaf to your cries. Even as the scales of justice descend, your name is being spoken in the courts above. You are not forgotten, you are being examined. And the judgment coming is not only against your enemies, but in favor of your destiny. Do not waver. Do not break. The heavens are no longer waiting, and your role in this hour is to stand still, to stay aligned, to remain obedient. For the fire you endure now will be the crown you carry tomorrow. And when the scales balance, when the judgments fall, when the hidden is revealed, you will stand not as the broken, but as the proven. Type "I'm refined" in the comments if you feel this word confirming your journey. Blessing code 5566 is now released over your life. The hour is not far. It is at the door. What has been whispered in secret chambers is already spilling into the open. What was plotted in silence is already trembling under the weight of exposure. The Eternal has spoken, and his voice shakes the unseen and the seen alike. Behold, within 72 hours a sign shall manifest, and it will testify that these words are not imagination, but decree. Some will see it in the heavens, others will hear it in the earth, but all who are chosen will know it in their spirit. For the time of waiting is ended, the heavens are no longer silent, and the scales of justice are tilting. Do you not feel it already? The pressure in the air, the heaviness on your chest, the strange stirring in your nights. These are not random sensations. They are the signals of a spiritual tightening. Heaven has closed its hand around the timeline, and what was once delayed will delay no more. The watchers have moved from observation to execution, and their steps cannot be undone. They carry scrolls sealed in fire, and they come not with negotiation, but with fulfillment. What was written long ago is now being delivered. The secret councils have already drawn their lines. In hidden places, in back rooms, in hushed voices, decisions were made against you. They set their traps. They prepared their nets. They imagined you would not survive their schemes. But heaven laughed at their plans. For the Eternal allows men to conspire so that he may reveal his justice more fully. They think their plans are hidden, but every word was heard, every gesture recorded, every intention weighed in the scales. And now, the hour of exposure is coming. Beloved, do not be surprised when it breaks forth suddenly. Do not be caught off guard when signs appear that disrupt your routine. For you were told in advance that the heavens are no longer waiting. The shaking will come, and when it does, you must remember, this is not to destroy you, but to prove you. The storms will rage, the winds will howl, but in their fury, the false coverings will be torn away. Your enemies will be revealed, and your deliverance will rise. Listen carefully. The Eternal gives clues, but withholds full revelation. You will not see the whole plan before it unfolds, but you will recognize the signs when they strike. Watch the skies, for there will be signs above. Watch the ground, for the earth itself will tremble. Watch your inner spirit, for you will feel the confirmation before your eyes witness it. The Eternal has chosen to keep some details hidden, for faith is required, and obedience must be proven. But when the sign arrives, your spirit will know beyond doubt that heaven has spoken. Even now the pressure is mounting. Even now the veil is thinning. Even now the hand of judgment is descending. This is the moment of preparation. Guard your tongue, steady your heart, fix your gaze. For in a little while, the silence will shatter, the hidden will be revealed, and the Eternal will act swiftly. The heavens are no longer waiting, and neither should you. Stand ready. Stand watchful. Stand faithful. Type "I am ready" in the comments if you believe this warning is for you. Blessing code 7777 is now sealed over your destiny. Beloved, hear me with the ears of your spirit. This is not the time to fight with flesh, nor to defend yourself before men. The Eternal has spoken, and his word is simple. Be still. For stillness is not weakness. Stillness is warfare. When your hands are quiet, heaven's hands are free to move. When your lips are sealed, the trumpet of the Eternal can sound. When you resist the urge to explain, to argue, to retaliate, you allow the Judge of Heaven to plead your case before the nations. Silence is your sword, and it is sharper than the weapons of your adversaries. You have been tempted to speak, to prove your innocence, to shout in the streets, and demand that truth be seen. But the Spirit says, hold your peace, for your words would only scatter what heaven is gathering. Your arguments would only muddy what heaven is clarifying. The Eternal has seen the plots, and his justice does not require your defense. Withdraw from contention, step back from strife, resist the pull to fight in the natural, for your battle is not against flesh and blood, but against the unseen rulers and principalities that lurk in shadows. And you will not defeat them with words, you will defeat them with stillness. Go into your secret place. Shut your door. Bend your knees. Whisper your prayers in the silence of the night. For prayer is not wasted breath. It is the language of heaven. Each word you release in faith is carried like incense before the throne. Each sigh of surrender is a shield that rises over you. Each tear shed in silence is a weapon of war in the unseen. Do not underestimate the power of your hidden obedience. While men look for noise and spectacle, the Eternal moves in whispers, and the ones who listen will be covered. Do not argue. Do not reveal. Do not fight. Heaven will. There is a reason your spirit feels pressed into quietness. It is the command of the Eternal. He does not need your defense. He desires your trust. When Israel stood trapped before the Red Sea, with Pharaoh's army pressing behind them, the Lord did not ask them to fight. He asked them to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. So it is with you now. The waters before you will part, the enemies behind you will drown, but you must stand still in obedience. Understand this. The covering that once hid the wicked is being lifted, but you are not without shelter. You are covered still, not by silence, but by obedience. As the veil is pulled back, as secrets are exposed, as judgment falls, the Eternal Himself will be your shield. The fire that consumes others will refine you. The storm that scatters others will elevate you. The angels have already been dispatched, and their swords gleam with heaven's fire. They are positioned at your side, not because of your striving, but because of your surrender. Beloved, you are not alone in this shaking. Even now, heaven surrounds you like a wall of fire. Even now, the Spirit hovers over you as a covering cloud. Even now, your name is spoken in the chambers of angels. Take heart and be still. For when you are still, heaven is not silent, heaven is moving. And when heaven moves, no hand of man, no scheme of darkness, no word of witchcraft can prevail. Type "I am covered" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 8888 is now released to shield you. You have been crushed, but you are not broken. You have been buried, but you are not gone. You have been pressed, but you are not destroyed. Do you not see, beloved, that the fire was never meant to consume you? It was meant to reveal you. The storm was not sent to drown you. It was sent to awaken you. Every trial, every betrayal, every sleepless night was not the end of you, but the unmasking of you. You are not who they think you are anymore. You are not the weak one they gossiped about, nor the abandoned one they pitied, nor the forgotten one they overlooked. No, you are the chosen of the Eternal, and what heaven has sealed in you cannot be erased by the opinions of men. Hear this with your spirit. You are fire hidden in ashes. You are a wing folded in waiting. You are the sound of thunder before it breaks the sky. You are not small, though you were made to feel small. You are not powerless, though circumstances tried to strip your strength. You are not forsaken, though loneliness tried to whisper otherwise. The Eternal has hidden His treasure inside of you, and now the shaking is revealing what He placed within. The ashes that covered you are falling away. The chains that bound you are breaking apart. Heaven has already rebuilt you in secret while men thought you were finished. Do you not realize? You are already transformed. The person who entered the trial is not the same person emerging now. In secret, you have been strengthened. In silence, you have been refined. In the shadows, your spirit has grown wings. Where you once crawled in weakness, you will now soar in strength. What once held you bound will no longer be able to contain you. Heaven has exchanged your garments of mourning for garments of glory. Your identity has been rewritten by fire, and the name you carry in the spirit realm is not the name your enemies called you by. You are elevation. You are rising. You are the one the storm could not silence, the one the fire could not consume, the one the grave could not keep. Chains once weighed you down, but wings are unfolding now. The very weight that pressed against you is becoming the wind that will lift you higher. This is the divine reversal. What worked against you now works for you. Heaven has ordered it so, and no force of darkness can overturn it. Beloved, step into the identity heaven has been shaping. Do not shrink back into old mindsets. Do not bow to the names that others tried to place on you. Rise into the fire you have become. Rise into the wings that are unfolding. Rise into the mantle that has been waiting for you. You are chosen. You are transformed. You are empowered. The heavens are no longer waiting, and neither should you. Type "I am rising" in the comments if this word is yours. Blessing code 9999 is now activated over your destiny. Beloved, lean in closely, for this is the hour of unveiling. The shaking was not sent to destroy you, but to unlock you. The storm was not to scatter you, but to strip away what no longer belonged to you. The betrayals, the delays, the unanswered questions, all of them were threads woven into a larger tapestry that you could not yet see. But heaven has seen it all, and now the mystery unfolds. What you thought was loss was preparation. What you thought was delay was alignment. What you thought was silence was the setting of the stage. The heavens are no longer waiting, and the reason for the shaking is now revealed. This disruption was your unlocking. The gates that were barred against you are swinging wide. The scroll that was sealed is now unrolled. The path that was hidden is now illuminated. Do you not feel it in your spirit? The weight that once crushed you has shifted, and beneath the heaviness you sense a stirring of release. That is not imagination. It is prophecy manifesting. The chains have already fallen in the spirit, and soon your eyes will see what your soul already knows. Heaven has marked this as your hour of release. Your elevation is not an afterthought. It was written before time began. Even when you doubted, even when you wandered, even when you thought you had missed your chance, your name was still inscribed in the courts of heaven. The scrolls have your story sealed with fire. The watchers know you by name. Angels have been dispatched with assignments tied to your destiny. What you lost in the night was never truly lost. It was placed in reserve until the appointed time. That time is now. You are stepping into a chapter where the hidden blessings will be revealed. Opportunities delayed are about to arrive swiftly. Relationships meant for you are being aligned. Doors once locked are swinging open without your effort. Promotions, favor, restoration, and divine resources are all written beside your name. Do not fear, do not doubt, for heaven has already confirmed it. The delay was not denial, it was preparation. You were not being punished, you were being preserved. Now, the preservation is over, and the promotion has begun. Beloved, know this truth. Your name is not only known on earth, but is spoken in heaven. Your destiny is not only whispered in secret, it is declared before angels. The Eternal has not forgotten you. He has prepared you for this moment. The shaking was your unlocking, and the fire was your crown. Lift your eyes, for your gates are open. Lift your spirit, for your blessing is near. Lift your voice, for heaven is calling you to rise. Type "I receive" in the comments if this prophecy bears witness in your spirit. Blessing code 1444 is now written over you. Beloved, if this word has struck the fire of prophecy in your heart, then I speak this to you plainly. Do not let the flame stop here. What you release in this moment becomes a seed that multiplies into the lives of others who desperately need this same revelation. When you sow, you are not just helping a channel, you are helping heaven send oil, light, and fire into souls across the nations. The scripture is alive right now. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. The harvest is not distant. It begins with your act of obedience. I invite you, in this very hour, to step into destiny. Join this mission through super thanks, through membership, or by sowing through PayPal. The link waits for you in the description. Your giving is not a donation. It is a prophetic act. And I declare with authority that those who obey in this moment will see rivers of blessing released into their own lives. Obey the Spirit, sow the seed, and step into overflow. Beloved, the time of passivity is over. The time of waiting in silence has ended. The heavens are no longer waiting, and neither can you. For this is the hour where your destiny demands your response. Heaven has opened its scrolls. Angels have drawn near. The watchers have recorded the season, but the final key rests in your mouth. Your voice is the sound that activates what heaven has already written. Your declaration is the bridge between what has been promised and what will manifest. Do you not understand? The Eternal has already spoken blessing over your life, but He waits for your agreement. The Spirit has already whispered identity over your soul, but He waits for your affirmation. The gates of destiny swing wide when your mouth aligns with heaven's decree. This is why the adversary tried to silence you, to fill your mouth with doubt, to choke your voice with fear. But you must speak now, for silence in this hour will cost you what only sound can unlock. Speak your yes. Speak your surrender. Speak your faith, for heaven is waiting for your sound. Beloved, do not delay, do not hesitate, do not shrink back. The scroll of destiny opens when you step forward. Each step you take in obedience confirms what heaven has written. Every declaration you make in faith pulls the unseen into the seen. You are not waiting for God to move. Heaven is waiting for you to rise. The heavens have shifted. The timeline is sealed. The watchers are present, and the angels stand ready. They wait for your agreement, your surrender, your activation. This is your hour of movement. Rise now, not later. Do not say, tomorrow I will obey. Tomorrow is not promise. The urgency of this word is not empty threat. It is the pulse of eternity pressing upon your present. Heaven does not stir without purpose, and if this word finds you now, it is because you are standing in your appointed hour. Destiny is not a distant dream. It is here, in this moment, in this very breath. And the Eternal calls you to respond. Do not think yourself too small, too broken, too unworthy. The Eternal did not choose you because of your perfection, but because of His purpose. He delights in using the weak to shame the strong, the overlooked to overturn the powerful, the humble to carry the crown. Your destiny does not rest on your past mistakes. It rests on His eternal plan. All that is required of you is agreement. All that is required is obedience. All that is required is sound. Heaven has aligned. Now you must activate. Lift your voice. Speak your faith. Declare your yes. And watch as heaven rushes to meet you. For the Eternal is not a man that he should lie, nor the Son of Man that he should repent. What he has spoken over your life is certain, and when you declare it with your mouth, it will manifest with power. This is your activation. This is your alignment. This is your hour. Do not hold back. Rise, declare, and walk in the fullness of what was always yours. Type "I activate my destiny" in the comments if you feel this word burning within you. Blessing code 2020 is now unlocking your path. Beloved, hear the mystery that the natural eye cannot see. Even now, in realms beyond your vision, an exchange is taking place. What was stolen from you, what was delayed, what was withheld, it has not vanished into nothingness. It has been carried into the courts of the eternal, and the angels have been negotiating on your behalf. While you wept in silence, heaven was recording. While you cried out in pain, the scrolls were updated with your tears. While you thought you were forgotten, your case was being pleaded before the throne. Do not be deceived. Silence does not mean inactivity. Heaven has been working in the shadows, and the outcome is already tilting in your favor. The adversary thought he could steal your inheritance. He thought he could take your joy, your peace, your strength, and bury it under shame. He thought he could bind your destiny and silence your calling. But what he did not know is that every theft becomes a testimony. Every chain he forged is being broken, and every stolen blessing is being demanded back with interest. The judge of heaven does not permit injustice to go unchallenged. He has ordered the return, and the silent exchange is happening even now. Can you not feel it? The restlessness in your spirit is not confusion. It is recognition. Your inner man senses what your natural eyes cannot yet behold. You feel the shift before the manifestation, because your spirit is tied to the courts of heaven. That stirring inside you, that sudden awareness of change, that holy unease, it is heaven whispering, it is almost done. You will see soon with your eyes what you already know in your soul. Nothing you lost is gone forever. It is being transferred back to you. Understand this. The angels are not idle. They are standing at the threshold, waiting for the command. They hold in their hands the packages of restoration, the scrolls of answered prayer, the keys of unlocked doors. They hover near you, closer than you realize, waiting for the judge to declare, "Release it now." This is why the warfare has intensified, why the attacks have grown fiercer. The adversary fights hardest when the exchange is near. He fears the release, because he knows the power of your restoration will be greater than the pain of your loss. Beloved, the exchange is sacred. Do not doubt in this moment. Do not let fear cloud your faith. Heaven does not negotiate to lose. Heaven negotiates to restore. Your blessings are not in question. They are in transfer. Your destiny is not in delay. It is in motion. Your inheritance is not forgotten. It is being multiplied. You will not only receive back what was stolen, you will receive it with increase, pressed down, shaken together, running over. The Eternal is not a God of half measures. He restores in fullness. While you sleep, heaven speaks. While you cry, heaven records. While you wait, heaven moves. Do not be fooled by silence. It is the sound of negotiation. And soon, very soon, the silence will break into manifestation. You will look around you and say, "The Lord has done this." And all who doubted will know that heaven was speaking all along. Type "I am restored" in the comments if your spirit claims this word. Blessing code 3030 is now transferring back what belongs to you. Beloved, the Judge of Heaven has risen from his throne, and the gavel has already struck in the courts of eternity. The hour of reversal has begun. The adversaries who schemed against you, the liars who spread their venom, the hands that reached for what was not theirs, their season of silence is over. For the scales of the eternal do not remain unbalanced forever. Justice delayed is not justice denied, and now the heavens declare, the time of judgment is here. What they planned for your harm is returning to them sevenfold, and what was stolen from you is being restored with increase. Do not think this is mere talk. Even now, unseen forces are moving. The angels assigned to justice carry swords of fire, and their descent shakes the atmosphere. The very words spoken against you are being reversed. The very curses sent toward you are returning back to their senders. The very weapons formed against you are breaking in their own hands. The Eternal has declared that no word spoken in falsehood shall stand, no plan rooted in darkness shall endure. Every snare laid for you shall entangle its maker. Every pit dug for you shall become the grave of the digger. The decree of reversal has already been sealed, and no hand of man can overturn it. Look closely, for signs will begin to manifest. Those who exalted themselves above you will stumble. Those who laughed at your pain will be silenced by their own calamity. Those who thought you would never rise will watch as heaven lifts you in their sight. This is not cruelty. This is justice. The Eternal is not a man, that he should overlook what was done in darkness. The accounts are being settled. The records are being balanced. And the righteous judge is moving with swiftness. And yet, beloved, take comfort. This justice is not only for punishment, it is for restoration. The Eternal does not merely bring down the wicked, he lifts up the righteous. As scales tilt against your enemies, they tilt in your favor. As their covering is stripped, your covering is reinforced. As their influence crumbles, your authority rises. This is divine exchange. This is holy reversal. This is the justice of heaven made manifest on earth. The delays you endured are being redeemed. The losses you suffered are being multiplied. The shame you carried is being exchanged for honor. The places where you were mocked will become the very places you are celebrated. The tables are turning swiftly, and when they turn, they will not turn back. For when heaven decrees reversal, it is final, it is eternal, it is unstoppable. Beloved, I tell you plainly, justice is not future tense, it is moving now. Even as you hear these words, align your heart with this truth. Do not focus on the downfall of your enemies. Focus on the rising of your destiny. For every act of reversal is not simply against them. It is for you. The Eternal is vindicating his chosen, and you are one of them. Stand still, stand faithful, and watch as justice unfolds like lightning. Type "justice is mine" in the comments if you believe this word belongs to you. Blessing code 4545 is now bringing divine reversal into your life. Beloved, hear the conclusion of this divine decree. The heavens are no longer waiting. The silence has ended. The time of covering is lifting, and accountability has begun. The hour of exposure is upon the earth, and the Judge of Heaven has moved from patience to action. Yet fear not, for this is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your rising. What once held you bound has been shattered. What once silenced you has been broken, and what once oppressed you has been overturned. You stand now on the threshold of a new chapter, covered not by hiding but by favor, not by fear but by fire. May the Eternal shield you as you rise. May His angels surround you as you walk. May His Spirit whisper to you in the night and strengthen you in the day. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not left behind. You are sealed by heaven, seen by heaven, and sent by heaven. Your name is known, your destiny is marked, and your path is lit by the fire of God Himself. The shaking was your unlocking. The silence was your preparation. The reversal was your vindication. Now, beloved, go forth under divine order. I declare over you, you are sealed in grace, wrapped in mercy, and clothed in power. The Eternal's hand is upon you, His covering is over you, His Spirit is within you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, no tongue raised against you shall stand, no curse spoken over you shall endure. You are rising, you are chosen, you are anointed. Walk now with boldness. Speak with authority. Move in faith. The heavens are no longer waiting, and neither should you. Type "I am sealed" in the comments if you receive this blessing. Final blessing code 1212 is now written over your destiny. Beloved, as this final blessing rests upon you, I tell you with authority, do not let the fire end here. The word you have received today is not just for you. It is a call to carry the light into the nations. Every act of support you release into this ministry becomes a seed that touches countless souls. When you give, you are not giving to man, you are sowing into eternity. The scripture is alive in this moment. He that reapeth receiveth wages, and gathereth fruit unto life eternal. Your seed becomes light to the lost, oil for the weary, manna for the hungry. I call you now. Step into this prophetic act. Release your support through Super Thanks, membership, or through PayPal. A link is waiting in the description. As you sow, I bless you. May your barns overflow. May your rivers never run dry. May heaven's oil pour over every part of your life. This is your holy moment of obedience. Do not delay. Act now and watch heaven multiply back into your hands.